Is it Kenny Pickett's gig now in Pittsburgh? What do you think?
I would think so. I mean, Mike Tomlin's so aware of everything that goes into all of these things. And, I think there were points against Pittsburgh when Pittsburgh was playing New England. There were points when Pittsburgh was playing Cleveland when I think we were all thinking it, right? Like when we were all thinking, okay, is that point coming where he's going to pull Mitch out of there and he's going to put Kenny Pickett in? And I think one of the reasons that Mike Tomlin didn't was because I think he knew once he pulled that lever, it was going to be really, really difficult to go back. Once you go to the rookie quarterback, it's like you almost never go back. And we've seen in the past what's happened when teams have tried to go back. Like how much did it mess with Tua Tagovailoa's development, the yo-yoing, a couple of years ago when Brian Flores did that with him. So I think Tomlin's very aware that, when you pull that lever, it's going to be difficult to go back. And I think that's why he was patient through the first 3 weeks, even as his offense struggled. And I do think a big part of this, Rich, is, selling this to your locker room. That's another thing that I know Mike's very cognizant of. And, as well as Kenny played in the preseason games, Pickett's got kind of a reputation for a guy who doesn't, blow it up in practice, doesn't look great in practice, And so I think, over the course of training camp and through the preseason, while Kenny Pickett played really well in the games, Trubisky was the better player in practice. And so, I think it was sort of going to be a process to get to the point where, the locker room will be fully behind Kenny Pickett as the best option for the team. And, now it feels like they're probably there. And again, I can't imagine you go back to Mitch at this point. One of the main reasons why is, the minute you put Mitch back in, he's on notice right away. You know what I mean? As long as he's in the lineup now, you're playing that game for the rest of the year. So I'd imagine it's going to be Kenny Pickett's show.
And if the Steelers are lucky, if it is Pickett's show, he plays as well as Cooper Rush is playing in Dallas. The owner said, I invite you, Cooper Rush, to create a quarterback controversy. Has he done so, in your estimation?
Well,
right
Jerry Jones, as both you and I know, Jerry Jones says lots of things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know.
Dak's going back in. And I think Cooper Rush has done a fantastic job. And Cooper Rush has basically maybe earned like a Josh McCown career for himself, right? Like Cooper Rush has probably earned himself 10 more years in the league and maybe $30 or $40 million, which is awesome, And God bless America. He's probably not going to take very many hits, and he's going to be a very wealthy man when he walks away from the NFL a long time from now. But yeah, they've invested so much in Dak, and I think a lot of the first month of the season for them, and I give Mike McCarthy a lot of credit. People haven't given him credit, but you got to give him credit for this. To be able to manage some of the health issues they've had on offense where, they lost Tyron Smith and they had to get a rookie ready to play at left tackle, and they were without Michael Gallup and James Washington to start the year, and all of these different things. They really they had to find a way to tread water on offense. And, I think sort of remake the team where the defense is going to win games for them. And I think effectively through the first month of the season, they've been able to do it, which I think Mike McCarthy deserves great credit for. Cooper Rush obviously deserves credit too, but this is Dak Prescott's team. Dak's going to be a starter when he's ready to go.
This week? Is he ready to go this week, do you think?
I think he probably will be, but, so much of that comes down to his grip and feel and all that stuff. And I don't think it's like a lot of injuries are a pain tolerance thing, Rich. I think this is more a functionality thing. It's getting him out there and seeing what he looks like, gripping the ball, throwing the ball. Can he function? The good news is, though, if you think about it, they don't have to rush anything now, because Cooper Rush has shown he can do the job. So if they feel like this is where it does make a difference. Like if they feel like they have any, sort of doubt that Dak's ready to go out and function as a starting quarterback, Rush certainly gives them a really good option to be patient and take their time.